Hey everybody, you are listening to Come At Me Show. I'm reigning champ Tim Keck, bringing you the latest and greatest in this podcast because this is the latest episode of Come At Me Show. Oh man, how is everybody doing? I hope you're doing all right. Everybody staying safe, everybody in quarantine or isolating or whatever you call it. I told someone I was in quarantine, and they looked at me like I was crazy. They, I say, looked at me on FaceTime. I was not near them. I was not around them. We were just having this conversation. I said I was quarantining, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you sick?" And I said, "No, I thought that was just what everybody was doing." Apparently, quarantining is not the right word. I am staying away from people. I am social distancing. I am living an isolated life by myself in my apartment. So pretty much the same as usual. Wow. Doing whatever I can to stay active, go for walks, keep my spirits up. Today I did a little singing in the shower. And everybody ever sing in the shower? I love singing in the shower. But this, you know when you watch like a movie, like a coming of age tale. I wanted to say like a rom-com, but it's not. It's a coming of age. It's like the protagonist takes a shower and they're singing a song in the shower, and then they grab the shower head. They have like one of those that like hangs off the wall or like is connected to like a hose, and then they use that shower head as a microphone while they sing. I did that today for the first time ever. I realized I've never done that before in my life, and I got to tell you, it's liberating. It's freeing. I feel great. It was like my own concert in there, even more than usual. So if you have the means, and by the means I mean a shower head that you can remove and sing into, I highly recommend it. Give it a shot. Give it a whirl. Are you a bad singer? It doesn't matter. Everything sounds better in the shower. I sound incredible in the shower, and then I get out and it's like, what? So the shower's been lying to me all this time? It's like the exact opposite of karaoke. I feel like when I sing karaoke, I am just exposed. I don't think karaoke is supposed to make you feel that way. I mean, there's usually like a backing track. The mic's like distorted. Like they do things to try and make you feel comfortable. But that's what they just need shower karaoke. I don't know what showers are made of that is so good for my vocals. But that's what they should be. They have in definitely seen like I work kind of near Koreatown normally. And this place I go into, they have like this big food court there, and I actually saw they have these tiny little like solo karaoke booths where you can go and by yourself, like pay $1 and then just sing a karaoke song, and I think that's okay. It's weird. It's a weird thing to do, but if you opened that, you paid your dollar and you got into like just a shower. if they could if they could make a soundproof shower and I could just get into something that was like like had the same acoustic effects, like in the middle of the day, if I'm stressed out from work, if I could just go to this place, pay $1, get into something and sing loudly in an environment that nobody else would hear, and I could sound as good as I do in the shower, I would do it. Why not? Go for it. Let your freak flag fly. Your freak flag fly. That's tough and hard to say. I've been keeping entertained with the Michael Jordan documentary. One of honestly only two things that I've been living for during this quarantine, self-isolation, etc. And that is Survivor on Wednesday nights and the Michael Jordan documentary on Sunday. Michael Jordan doc, I love it. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. It's so good. It's so interesting. It's so fun. I was expecting more Michael Jordan, if I'm completely honest. They dedicated a couple episodes to just like randos on the team. Not randos, but I say randos. They're randos because they're not Michael Jordan. I wanted to see Michael Jordan, and we have a whole episode on Dennis Rodman, who, don't get me wrong, is super interesting and seems like a cool, fun guy, but I wanted more of Jordan just being an asshole to people. They had clips of him like playing games with like the security guards in the back. Honestly, I could have just watched some raw footage of that for a whole episode. It was crazy. I don't need to go into all these details about his teammates. Well, I guess you do, but I don't know. This is the rare 10 episode doc that I could have watched 10 more episodes of. I definitely could have. They could have gone more into Jordan. They could have gotten some Horace Grant in there. Horace Grant neglected pretty much in this documentary, even though he was like the Dennis Rodman of those first 3 championship teams. I don't know. Jordan, super fascinating guy, super interesting guy, and they dedicated a lot of time to other people. In like one of the last episodes, they spent a lot of time talking about Steve Kerr, and I was texting with some friends while this is going on, saying as soon as when like one of the last episodes, as soon as Steve Kerr's face popped up, I was like, "Fuck this! I don't want to hear about Steve Kerr. What the fuck is Steve Kerr doing in this episode? I want more Jordan. I don't want Steve ride the bench Kerr," because that was my impression of him. And immediately after they started going into his story, my tone changed completely. I had to eat crow on that one. Steve Kerr is awesome. His story is incredible. He was a major contributor to those teams in a way that I did not know before. I mean, he was still a role player, but he hit some big shots. He seemed really important to the story. And man, stock up for Steve Kerr. If we're talking about this Jordan doc, man, it made me love Steve Kerr even more. That speech he gave after the championship win, where he hits this clutch shot, and he's just talking about how he had to bail Michael Jordan out again. Man, just seems like a cool, fun dude. Steve Kerr, good hang, I bet. I think as far as these 10 episode documentaries are concerned, Michael Jordan's the only other athlete, the only athlete that can have this, right? We had the Made in America doc for O.J. Simpson, and that was crazy. That might be the best documentary ever. It's so good. If you've seen it, watch it. I mean, there's sports docs, plenty of sports docs. I love a sport doc, but hours, we're talking about 10, I guess a little less than 10 hours on one person. I guess it was the whole team, but still. Michael Jordan's interesting. Michael Jordan, we're lucky that the best player is interesting. I guess a lot of the best players are interesting, but who's the next guy to get a documentary? LeBron James? You're telling me the LeBron James doc is going to be that interesting? That's one episode. You've got 3 controversial things he's done. Everything else we know about. I mean, there's random things. I guess the decision. There's those 2 weeks that when he went back to the Cleveland Cavaliers and he looked all small and bad, and then he just went on vacation, air quotes vacation, in Miami for 2 weeks, and then came back and was jacked out of his mind and in peak condition again all of a sudden. I mean, there's things you could look into for LeBron James. The whole Delonte West thing and his mom. You guys hear about that? That's a fun rumor. But would that be in the documentary even? I don't know. Would that be in a doc? What would be in the doc is LeBron James's The Banana Boat and Taco Tuesdays. That would be the LeBron James story. LeBron James is so... I love LeBron, but he's so boring. He's trying to make Taco Tuesdays his thing. You go on his Instagram every Tuesday, he's like, Taco Tuesday. He's at games, fans are begging him to sing Taco Tuesday. It's yo, dude, you just had the same idea that every Mexican-American restaurant has had for the past 20 years, okay? You can't just read some white girl's t-shirt and be like, okay, that's the phrase I'm going to use for the rest of my career. What are you talking about? You don't own Tuesdays or tacos, much less the idea of them together. It's so boring. I mean, can you imagine if Michael Jordan was in that documentary and he was like, man, we used to all get together on Margarita Mondays and just drink margs and talk ball. That's how me and the guys used to roll back in them Bulls days. Margarita Mondays. People are showing up at Charlotte Hornet games, seeing Michael Jordan going, come on, MJ, do the Margarita Mondays thing. Do the crying Jordan and the Margarita Mondays. Incredible. If you want to get in touch with the show, which I highly encourage you to do, you can leave me a voicemail at 862-505-1376. That's 862-505-1376. You can call. I have a voicemail set up. Leave me a voicemail. The shorter, the sweeter. I'm all for it. Give me your hottest takes. Give me your dumbest opinions. I want it all. Got a little prompt at the end of every episode. For the next week, you can use it. You can lose it. Do whatever you want. Keep it short and sweet. Keep it fun and light. We'll see what we have today. You can also email the show at comeatmeshow@gmail.com or hit me up on any of my social media at Tim Keck Forever. Let's hear a voicemail.
Hey, Tim. This is probably, I want to say, I mean, one of your top three best friends you would consider. I don't want to say who I am. I want to leave it anonymous. I don't.
Frappuccino for John Shepard. John
What?
Shepard.
Yeah, that's mine. So I just look. I hear you're starting a podcast. Are you okay, man? I'm seriously like, why would anyone want that? I'm concerned about you. This seems like, if nothing else, a huge cry for help. Call me back. I don't know. Before you do anything too drastic. I just don't.
Wow, one of my top three friends. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for leaving a voicemail. Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe it is a cry for help. I'm going a little crazy in isolation. I got to talk to somebody. Might as well talk to myself in front of a microphone, pretending I'm talking to the millions of listeners that I'm sure will download this first ep. Yeah, podcasts, everybody's got them, but I am hilarious and a star in the making, and people care about my opinions desperately. If I'm not seeing people socially, face to face, I'm getting texts. Tim, what do you think about this? Tim, what do you think about this? We miss your company, but we miss your takes and your opinions even more. So yes, part of my reason for doing this may be a little selfish, but also, I'm just trying to give the people what they want. Got to give the people what they want. That's from something, is it? Maybe? I don't know. Let's listen to another voicemail.
Hi, Tim. I just wanted to call because I have a problem with something you said about the actor Nicholas Holt. I heard you on a different show say that he was a terrible actor, a bland actor. I got news for you, pal. He's been in more movies than you have. I don't see how he could keep getting acting roles if he's such a bad actor. What do you think about that? Fuck you.
What do I think about that? Fuck you. Nicholas Holt sucks butt. Man, I'm tired of this guy. I don't need him. I don't need him in my life. He's in the X-Men movies just crying and whining. Grow up. I don't know what people see in this movie, in this guy. Is he hot? I don't know. He doesn't look hot to me. He looks like a baby. He looks like here's when it comes, and then maybe this is biased. I don't know. Let me know. Get at me. But when it comes to like a male actor in a movie, if I can beat you up and you don't make me laugh, and you're not like whoa, he's a good actor, I don't need you. I don't have time for you. Nicholas Holt looks like a baby. I feel like I could whoop Nicholas Holt's ass. And yeah, Nick, if you're listening, let's set it up. You name the time, you name the place, I'll be there with gloves on, baby. Let's do this. I one arm behind my back. I don't even need to train. I'll train for it just to make it really count. But I don't need to. Nicholas Holt, what a baby. Dude, if you're driving with Nicholas Holt and you get a flat tire, man, oh man, I hope you know how to change it, because he does not. This is a weak-looking man, doesn't know how to change a tire, never chopped wood, never gutted a fish. That's what Nicholas Holt reminds me of. And they're out there, man. All these wimpy dudes. Not fun. If he was funny, sure. Okay? It's not all about being like a masculine guy. You don't have to be an action star. Be funny. There's plenty of funny people, funny wimps out there. I love them. God bless you. You're doing the Lord's work. There's plenty of people who are like not super funny, not super masculine, but you watch them and you're just like, whoa, that guy's a good actor. Man, they're stirring something. They're stirring something up in me. I'm watching them and I believe them. I'm there. We're there. I'm ready to rock and roll. And I love those guys. You know who you are. bless up. You're the best. Nicholas Holt is not in any of those categories. I do not have time for him. Nicholas Holt and that caller can both fuck off. Let's do another one.
That's good.
Tim,
Cool?
what's the deal with people not wearing their masks all the time? I think we should be able to publicly shame them.
Yes.
And we should be able to book check them. Whatever they're carrying, we get to slap onto the ground. All right, Tim, hit me back. This is Colby Smith. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Colby Smith. Love you too. That's a great call. Great idea, man. Oh man, I agree. I agree. These people walking around without their masks right now, like, grow the fuck up. Are you kidding me? The mask isn't for you. It's for everybody else. So if you're not wearing a mask and you're around all these people, you are being a dickhole. All right? You're being a dick. I get it. The virus and the pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, it's affecting different people, different ways, different places, have it less than other places. But as someone who's living in New York City, where you are bow to bow with people the second you leave your house, you're like shoulder to shoulder with people just walking down the sidewalk. You can't get a breath fresh of air without inhaling someone else's stinky mouth breathing. Man, you better be wearing a mask. You better be wearing a mask. I'm tired of these people not wearing masks. I'm walking around outside. There's plenty of people walking around without masks. Fuck you. I'm right. You should be able to knock stuff out of their hands. They've got a dog. You should be able to take their dog. You should be able to treat them as hostile, because that's what they are. They're endangering other people. They're being selfish. It's just selfish. I get it's inconvenient. I get that most of you aren't going to get sick. I don't think I'm going to get sick. I don't know. I'm staying away from people. I'm social distancing. I'm wearing my mask. You're just putting other people in an uncomfortable spot. You're giving other people, like, now other people have to make a choice. Now I see you and I'm like, I have to decide if I'm going to walk around you. You're just making me uncomfortable. I don't like it. Put on the mask. Put on the mask. There's so many people, too. In New York, I get it, because you're like, I'm just going to chill on my stoop or, like, hang out in front of my house, and I don't need a mask for that. But, like, everybody who walks down the sidewalk is coming within 6 feet of you. Everybody walking by is getting some of that mouth breathing. Just wear it's not hard. It's not bad. How much are you outside? I guess a lot. If you're outside all day, I don't know, man. If you're walking around and around people, don't be wearing a mask. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. If you're chilling on your stoop and your stoop is like right next to people walking, you might want to wear a mask. I don't know. It just seems nice. Just be nice. Just be nice. Got some emails. I'll be honest, not a lot of emails. Is voicemail the way to go for this? Is Twitter the way to go for this? Let me know. Tweet at me, email me, voicemail me. Let me know what you think. Again, the voicemail number, let's see, do I need to keep saying it? 862-505-1376 is in the description for this podcast, so check that out. Emails. Tim, are you sad? Is that why you're doing a podcast? I'm here if you need me. Emily. Thank you, Emily. I'm not any sadder than usual. Maybe a little more than usual with this quarantine going on, but I don't know. It's normal. I just thought it would be fun. Don't worry about me. You can help me. If you need help, call the show. Call the voicemail. Send me an email. Make this happen, Captain. Okay, let's hear another one.
All right, Tim Keck. Here's my hot take about why I think
Here we go.
Welsh people shouldn't exist.
Wow.
You're part of England, motherfuckers. Just be English. Why do you have to have this whole other language, accent, culture? I don't give a shit, Welsh people. Oh, Pierce Brosnan's Welsh. He was James Bond. Shut the fuck up. That's my take. I don't know what you think about it. I'd love to know. Thanks.
I assume you want to know because you called the show. I love it. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. I don't know what the fuck is up with Welsh people, where they get the nerve to come around being all Welsh. I don't even know what the fuck Welsh is. Until you said England, I had no idea. Is there a Welsh land? Is there what? Is there just in England? Is it like a state in England? Like a Texan or a New Yorker or a New Jerseyan? Is that what the Welsh? But it doesn't sound like any of those. Is there like a Welsh? There's got to be like a Welshland or a Wells? Oh my God, is that Wells? Is that what Welsh is? Whoa. Oh my God, what a breakthrough. So Welsh people, they're just from Wales. but they're in England? Okay, that I guess makes sense. I get state pride. I'm all about state pride, man. Throw it up. Throw up. Proud Floridian. Plenty of proud New Yorkers out there. Minnesotians. Nebraskans. Okay, next week we're talking about states. That's the prompt for next week. States, whatever that means to you. I'm going to find out what every person in every state calls themselves. Because they're different, right? Californians, are they just throwing A? I guess if it ends in an A, they throw an N on. Floridian, Georgian. There's no way people are called Georgians from Georgia. Like, I'm a proud Georgian? What is that? That's nuts. South Carolinian? Linian or Linian? I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Well, okay. Welsh. If they're from Wales, if that's what my new theory is, that Welsh people are from Wales, you know what? God bless you. Welsh it up. But if it's just, is it just another place in England? I don't know anything about the Welsh. I gotta tell you. My instinct, not a fan. My gut tells me these are a cowardly people and we should be distancing from them. But if they're all from Wales? Wait, Wales. There's like a Queen of Wales. Is Wales Scotland? Is that a different thing? Is Scotland part of England? I don't know anything about these guys. I don't know, but I don't like it at all. Is Scotland its own place? Scotland's like different than England, right? But Ireland is like partially English? I don't know. Whatever, man. Welsh. Is James Bond Welsh? Not once is that. I've never seen James Bond in a movie go like, well, I'm Welsh. James Welsh Bond. Should we shag now or shag later? James Welsh Bond. I'm from Wales. James Bond from Wales. Is James Bond here? James Bond of Wales? Yes. Yes, I am here. I'm here and I am ready to party. By the way, when are we getting Idris Elba? Where's Idris Elba from? Is he from? Is he Welsh? Is Idris Elba or is he Scottish? Let's get Idris Elba in there. It is time for Idris Elba to play James Bond. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, caller, but that's what you got. This week's prompt that I mentioned on the trailer that I posted last week. Gonna end every show with a prompt. This next week's prompt already gonna be states. This week's prompt was supposed to be breakfast. I didn't get a lot of calls about breakfast, but I got a few. Excited to hear what people think about breakfast. If you still have more breakfast thoughts, throw it on next week. Whatever. I don't care about these categories. I do. I want them. A theme would be nice, but it's not necessary. If you call and you want to call about something else, do it to it. But this category was supposed to be breakfast, so I'm going to talk about breakfast. Let's start off with one more voicemail. Is this the last one? It might be. Let's do it.
Hey, Tim, this is Matt DeCaro. I have never once eaten out for breakfast. I only cook breakfast. I think cooking breakfast is like all you should do. You should never have someone else cook breakfast for you. Other meals, it's okay, but there's something about breakfast that I feel like should remain in the home. What do you think about that? Again, this is Matt DeCaro. See ya.
Matt DeCaro, thank you for the call. Love you, bud. I love eating breakfast out. During the week, you make your breakfast at home, all right? Saturday, make your breakfast at home. Sunday, if you want to go out, breakfast is a flex. Eating out for breakfast is the ultimate flex. You know why? Because it's a douchey thing to do. Eating out for breakfast is like the first meal of the day. There's nothing you get for breakfast that you can't make at home. Eggs Benedict, that's tough. You can do it, but just take the time. French toast, you're gonna pay $20 for French toast? I made French toast today. It cost me, I don't know, nothing. It was all stuff I already had in my fridge, in my kitchen, and I made breakfast. Making breakfast is awesome. Be making your breakfast. Make that breakfast 90% of the time. But that's 95% of the time. 99% of that time. But it is fun. It's a fun flex to go out for breakfast and get something cool. Excuse me. Going out for breakfast by yourself, whatever, man. Diner food's rad. Diner food's cool. I like diner food. I like ordering in diner food. going to a diner. But going to a diner is just rad. Sitting at the counter, shoulder to shoulder with people who've been going to that diner forever. Diner's great, man. Going out for breakfast can be awesome. Pretty much then it's brunch. Brunch is fun, but you can't do it all the time. Come on. I know people who go out for dinner like every single day or every other day. You can't go out for breakfast every single day. Or I guess you pick up a bagel. Does that count? Is picking up a bagel like going out for breakfast? No. I'm talking about going to a restaurant, sitting down, paying the waiter, paying the waitress. Money, hard-earned cash. If you're tipping on it, then you went out for breakfast. And it's good. Just remember to flex it up. Get something rad. Got some emails from people. Let me pull it up. Do you guys like my singing? I'm not in a shower, but it's still probably pretty good. Email. I don't really like breakfast. I like a cup of coffee in the morning, but not traditional breakfast. What I really like is coffee and a dessert, possibly left over from the night before. I also like leftover pizza for breakfast. That would not be with coffee. Signed, D. I don't. There's a lot to unpack here, and I gotta agree with some of it. I like a cup of coffee for breakfast. That's awesome. I love a coffee. I love a dessert. I love a next day dessert. Oh my God, coffee and dessert is like next level. You ever go out to dinner? Like, I feel like Italian places do this a lot. I don't know what kind of places do this. I've never gone out to like Outback Steakhouse and they've done this. But you ever go out to a place and they're like, hey, do you want coffee and dessert? Coffee and dessert? It's like 9 o'clock. You want me to have caffeine right now? You want me to have a cup of coffee? I'm going to go to bed in an hour. And you're telling me to have some coffee and dessert? Oh my God, but what goes well with dessert? Coffee does. Oh my God. Got a little gelato one time. Got a little ice cream and a little espresso after dinner. Oh, so good. I didn't sleep a wink that night. I had nightmares when I did, but it was delicious. It was so relaxing. It was so nice. I love a coffee and dessert. You know what time of day you can have a coffee and a dessert? What meal you can have a coffee and dessert after, and it won't ruin your day? Breakfast. 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 I guess it wouldn't be after then. I mean, you can have a coffee and dessert after lunch, but for breakfast, coffee and dessert, that's breakfast, baby. Give me a cup of coffee, give me a slice of pie, and call it a day. I'm ready to seize it. Nothing better than starting off your day with like a sweet, like a crumb cake, like a donut, and like all the breakfast foods. People, you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you get a donut and you're like, that's my breakfast. People don't just eat like a candy bar for lunch. There's no equivalent thing of that. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just ice cream for dinner tonight, you know? You can do it. I mean, I've done it. We've all been there before. Ice cream for dinner. Ice cream is a meal substitute. But in general, it's not like that. It's not that close. You go to a bakery, they have all this sweet stuff. It's all for breakfast, man. Wake up, have a sweet, have a cup of coffee. And you know what? Having a cup of coffee in the morning will not ruin your day. If anything, you get that sugar rush. Now I'm riding high. Now I'm skipping on my way to work. I'm ready to go, man. Got all my sugar in. Ready to rock and roll. I love dessert for breakfast. All in on dessert for breakfast. Yeah, leftover pizza bangs. I'm all for leftover pizza. I don't even heat it up. I got pizza the other day. I did heat it up, and I was like, whoa, this is great. This is better than when it got here. When it was delivered, it was like already cold. I should just be heating up. Day one, heat up that pizza, but I love a cold slice. I heated up that leftover pizza, but I ate a full slice. Just leaning over the stove, eating a cold slice of pizza, waiting for that other pizza to warm up. Man, pizza's great. Pizza is like the most. Pizza and like Cliff Bars or protein bars or like Twinkies. It's like up there of like just indestructible food. You get a pizza delivered, you leave it out overnight, you eat it the next day. Man, still good. Still good. Sure, there could be bacteria on it, but it's all good bacteria. It's only going to make you stronger. No one's ever died from eating day-old pizza. Maybe they have. I don't know. If they did, fuck them. Who cares? That's mean. Leftover pizza for breakfast. Man, oh man, that's awesome. I like the note, but there would not be coffee with pizza. You can't. Coffee goes with a lot of stuff, but it does not go with everything. And even a lot of stuff, I don't think it goes with. It goes with breakfast, and it goes with dessert. Which is also why dessert and breakfast go hand in hand, man. But I'm not going to get like a tuna club and a cup of coffee. You kidding me? I want some watered down grounds with my tuna melt? What? Even a slice of pizza and coffee? I don't care if it's fresh pizza. I don't care if it's old pizza. Cup of coffee. What are you talking about? What are you talking about with that? I gotta say though, I don't know where. I would love to hear where people stand on this. Maybe I'll post it as like a Twitter poll. Is that a thing? If people follow me on Twitter, I'll post a Twitter poll. When you're drinking coffee, hot or cold? I am a cold coffee guy, and even if it's cold, you got to narrow it down even. You got to break it down even further. Are we talking just like chilled coffee, or are we talking cold brew? Because I am all about that cold brew life. I even tried to give up caffeine. I'm not drinking caffeine right now. I'm like cold brewing decaf coffee, which I'm sure is also like not. It's probably getting more caffeine in there. I'm sure it's definitely stronger, but it's like still probably less than a normal cup of coffee. I don't know. I don't know the math on it, but I feel good, so I'm going to keep doing it. But just a cold brewed coffee, oh, it tastes so much better than hot coffee. Oh, so much better. You ever got like a cold brew coffee, and then like, later in the day you get another iced coffee, and it's not cold brew. It's just like it was brewed hot and just poured over some ice, and they just slide it at you like you're fucking dirt, like you're nobody. They don't even look you in the eyes. They just throw it on you, like it's like changed to a beggar in the street, like the sky. And it's gross. It's gross. Ugh. If it was hot coffee and like the ice is still melting from it, ugh. Nasty. Ugh. It's like the Nicholas Holt of coffee brewing. Ugh. Not a fan. Not a fan. Next email. Tim. Well, I got some versions of this, actually. Was like, what's your favorite breakfast? Easy question, and will be answered in this week's Tim Keck's Top 5. Wow, I need a drop for this. Tim Keck's Top 5. I'm going to list my top 5, whatever. This week, it's Tim Keck's Top 5 favorite breakfasts. Number 5, runny yolk. Runny yolk. If I have eggs for breakfast, they better be runny. Run them down. I want to be able to crack that thing and watch it go all over the place. Sunny side up, like an egg in a basket, like it's V for Vendetta. You guys remember that movie? Where this guy in a mask makes Natalie Portman some like toast, but he cuts a hole in it and cracks an egg on the inside? You bet your ass I learned how to do that when it came out in college. I was making that shit every day. Runny yolk. Oh my God. Get like a nice breakfast hash. Get some potatoes with an egg on top of it. I want a runny yolk, baby. If it's hard, I will send it back. I am not above sending back a hard yolk. Eggs Benedict, runny yolk, baby. I need that runny yolk. Don't come at me with like a cold, like a scrambled egg. I mean, scrambled eggs are good, but like, I'm getting like hash browns and scrambled eggs. What am I gonna lube up these potatoes with? I need that sweet, sticky yolk to make this whole thing go, man. That's where the party's at. It's inside, man. Break it open. Live life a little. All these people with their egg whites, grow up. Runny yolk or nothing. Excuse me, I burped a little bit, but I was gonna say runny yolk or no yolk. Fuck that yolk. Runny yolk. Hard yolk, I guess isn't yolk. Runny yolk or nothing. Number 4, 5 a.m. McDonald's breakfast. You've been out all night. And when I say all night, you know it was all night because McDonald's is already serving breakfast again. You haven't even gone to sleep and McDonald's has their breakfast menu up. I know they're doing like all day breakfast now, but it's not really all the breakfast menu all the day because I want a McGriddle. That's what I go to McDonald's for. I want a McGriddle. I want those weird little pancakes thing with the syrup packets in it over like some bacon, egg, and cheese. That's what I want from my McDonald's breakfast, and it doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste good at 10 a.m. It doesn't taste good at 7 a.m. It doesn't taste good at 6 a.m. But 5 a.m., McDonald's bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle, ugh, delicious. And that's why it's in Tim Keck's top 5 favorite breakfasts. Number 4, 5 a.m. McDonald's breakfast McGriddle. Number 3, Cracker Barrel. Number 2, Party House pancakes. Party House pancakes. Let me tell you, when you go out for a guy's weekend, girls' weekend, You like rent a house, you go away, you party, it's a bachelor party, it's a birthday, it's a game weekend. I don't know. Things happen. Party house. When you go to a party house, first off, party house etiquette, you party hard on Friday night. You go hard in the paint on a Friday. So many times I've been caught up with some people being like, okay, it's like 11 o'clock, I'm calling it on Friday? What? Go hard on Friday, man. People then like go to bed early on Friday and like party hard on Saturday. Why are you going all out on a Saturday? You're gonna be driving back from this place on Sunday, hungover as shit. What? What is wrong with you? I don't want to be hungover on a moving vehicle, vomiting all over the place. That's horrible. That's a nightmare. That ruins your Sunday. If I'm gonna be hungover, I want to be with my boys, be with my crew, with the ladies. In the house, by the pool, chillaxing, man. Working off a hangover. Working off a hangover with a little grilling, with a little cornhole, with a little good times in the party house. And you know what? You know what helps me? Saturday morning, I wake up kind of late, hungover. I probably got like 3 hours of sleep. I get up and I start making breakfast for everybody. Because that's something that always happens in the party house. You get some food. What do they get? They get eggs. Someone's like, okay, we're going to make eggs, we're going to make bacon, and then one dude gets that gigantic thing of like Bisquick mix from like the Costco, like a 10-pound bag of Bisquick mix. Let's just add water and you're good. That's where I go. That is where I live. That is my school. I wake up Saturday morning, you bet your ass, if I'm in your party house, Saturday morning I am making your ass pancakes. And I'm great at it too. I got nice golden pancakes. They will not be burnt. If they're burnt, I'm eating them. I'm eating them over the stove because that's my fault. That's the chef's fault. I'm getting you those golden cakes. And I'm making them. I don't even measure it out, man. I just dump it in there. I just get a big bowl, dump all the Bisquick mix in, and I add water. I do it all eyeball, man. All sight. I eyeball my pancake mix like a man. and I find a skillet. I find a flat top. And I make the best damn pancakes you've ever had in your life. Okay, they're okay. But I'm hungover. It helps me. It helps them. And damn, do they taste delicious. Number 1 of Tim Keck's top 5 favorite breakfasts, Sylvia's in Harlem. Chicken and waffles. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my God. If you're going out for breakfast, go big or go home, and it doesn't get bigger or better than Sylvia's chicken and waffles. I've been to other chicken and waffles places. They're fine. Sylvia's. I haven't been in a little bit. I'll be honest. It's been about a year, and I've heard it's gotten shittier. I've heard it's gotten to be more of like a tourist trap. But man, when I first moved to New York, like every 6 months, we would trek up there. And it was a long trek because I've only lived in Brooklyn, so it's like over an hour to get to Sylvia's. And you go on a Sunday, and it's right after church, and people are dressed to the nines, big hats, everything. There's a woman going around inside. She's singing songs. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. She's asking where people are from. She's singing happy birthdays. The atmosphere is popping. Music's good. The food, delicious. You get chicken and waffles, you have an option. You can get the gravy on the side, or you can get them smothered and covered. What do you do? What do you do? Smothered and covered, or get out. That's what I say. If you have the option to smother and cover it on a breakfast menu, and you don't smother and cover it, I have no respect for you, and we are not friends. You know, we were never friends. Even when we hung out, there was something about you that I didn't like. I couldn't put my finger on it until I saw that you didn't get it smothered and covered, but now I know. Now I know. You're one of those people. In the words of my old man, it's all going the same place. Smothered and covered chicken and waffles. Yeah, I'm putting syrup on the chicken. I don't care. There's gravy on it already. And you know what? Fried chicken, they're like, oh, in the fried chicken, it's going to get soggy. You know what? You're ripping and dipping that thing anyway. You're not just taking bites of fried chicken. And waffles is not chicken and then waffles. It's a beautiful merger. It's peanut butter and jelly. If you don't have a waffle and a chicken on your fork for each bite, I don't know you don't know how to eat. You've never been to a restaurant before. You've never had. I can't trust you on anything. You're a monster. And that's Tim Keck's top 5 favorite breakfasts. Runny yolk, 5 a.m. McDonald's McGriddle, Cracker Barrel, Party House Pancakes and Sylvia's Chicken and Waffles. And that's going to be it for the show this week. Come at me show. If you want to call the show, leave a voicemail. That's at 862-505-1376. 862-505-1376. I'm still looking for a fun spelling thing for that. I need something to spell for that. What does that mean? Is it an abbreviation? Is the 5 an A? I don't know. If you can come up with one, let me know. Call the show. Leave a message. Next week's prompt is going to be the states, I guess. States of matter, states of what. If you want to call about something else, that's more than welcome. If you're afraid to call, remember, if you do call, keep it short and sweet. And if you don't want to call, you can shoot me an email at comeatmeshow@gmail.com or hit me up on social at TimKeck4ever. Slide into my DMs. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next week, and the king stays king.